Hello pandas! It's my favorite day, or at least one of my favorite days, Scrap Day, the day when we bring in the biggest scrap haul of the year! Yes, I've decided it's time to crack open my scrap metal piggy bank and see how he did, because I generally just stack it up throughout the winter, because I don't like spending a lot of time out here when it's freezing cold. However, I do wish it was under better circumstances. Now, if you scrap metal for money, you're probably already aware, but given recent events, what with the entire planet being quarantined, the ship's going down. Yes, scrap metal prices are tanking, and yes, I'm aware that that in terms of stock markets and investments and whatever, you're never supposed to sell into the dip. That's some long-term investment Warren Buffett stuff. But for me, scrap metal is not an investment. Scrap metal is a form of income. And on top of all of this, my house has been sold. It's going to be developed, and I need to move. So, I've got a month to get out of here, and this stuff has got to go because I'm not bringing it with me. And as much as it bums me out to sell when prices are low, it looks like that's how things are going to be for a little while, and I imagine it's going to get worse before it gets better. Now, I'm certainly not giving anyone advice, but it looks to me like a market correction is a long way off, and that's just the economic reality that we're facing right now. And don't judge me based on my choice of wire cutters. I know I am dulling these things and shortening their lifespan, and that's a real shame, but I don't have the ones that I really want. I will link those in the description because I can't wait to get mine. But for now, this is what I've got. So, this is my priority right now. This is how far I've gotten, and I feel pretty good about my production. I could have gone later last night, but the new Doom Eternal game just came out, so... Ooh. But unfortunately, this whole cleaning wire situation is taking more time than I remember, and I'm running out of time today, so I really want to get in before they close. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 boxes left to go. Let me show you where we end up, because I gotta focus. Well, there's everything I managed to get through. That's this is the higher grade stuff, I think. Then here we have a bin of Cat 5 and then 2 bins of all of the other stuff. Let's load it up. Got my ID, got everything we need. The reason I'm rushing around is because, as always, it's important to call around and make sure you're getting the right price. I called my favorite place that I usually go to, and they're offering 40 to 60 cents a pound on, well, you have to sort it. And then I called another place which is offering 80 cents a pound, which obviously that's better. That's better than the best price from the other place. But not only that, but they don't expect you to sort your number. They don't have as many different categories. Number 2 insulated wire is just throw it all in a bin. Call it, make sure it's clean. Don't pull any tricks, but yeah, better price and way less time sorting it. So I'd already begun sorting this last night before I called this place. Anyway, as far as the rush goes, I don't think they're open tomorrow. So, we gotta get there right now. They close in 6 hairs and a mole. So it looks like we made it in time, which is great. I left this last box, which doesn't have like a ton in it, I just wanted to be able to get in and get that price because it might change over the weekend. So I did bring my snippers though, just in case we had a wait. And I wouldn't exactly call it a line, but there is one person in front of us. So looks like that worked out. Woo! Just in the nick of time. Bam! Not too bad. What is that? We had 182 pounds net, and at 75 cents a pound, that's $136.50. That's a great start. Now we gotta get the rest of it. In the meantime, though, I think we've earned ourselves an ice cap. So, that was not as much as I would have liked, I'll admit. About a month ago, it would have been 88 cents a pound, and we got 75, which is still not super terrible. It's fine. And I'm glad I went to that place, because if I went to the other place, 182 pounds at 46 cents would have been $83.72. So that's like 50 bucks less. So here's the leftovers. Check this out. I've got one bin of trash, which will probably be filled up after I put the rest of this stuff in there. You can see I didn't quite get through everything, but I got pretty close. And then 2 bins of trash. What we have here is a bin of everything that I wasn't going to scrap, because somebody was asking for these on a Facebook group, and I'll see if I can like still find them and if they're still interested. I don't even know what they're for, but somebody specifically wanted some. And then these things, cables like these fancy thick booty connectors. I scrapped a handful of these before and then looked them up on eBay after, and they were selling for about 40 bucks a piece. So I've got a bin more or less full of them, and we'll see how that goes. There's a few other things in here. Here's a prize I didn't even realize I had. It's a matched pair of 8GB DDR3 ECC RAM sticks. I think those might be worth listening. And then this was a bit of a disappointment. See, I was all excited to scrap this wire, and I spent a whole bunch of time with a pair of scissors slicing the ends off until I eventually discovered that there's no copper in this stuff. These are actually fiber optic. This thing's not super good at focusing closely. Yeah, 0 copper. So that was a big waste of time. But at least I figured it out before going to the scrapyard, because they would have been pretty miffed if I had tried to pass that off. I probably would have gotten away with it at the scale anyway, because it was right at closing and everybody was just rushing to get home. But that's why they take your personal information down. So that wouldn't have been sustainable or in line with my my ethics. So not really worth thinking about. Now tomorrow I'm excited about bringing in all of the rest of the non-ferrous, and I think it should be a pretty decent payout. There's a bunch of work to do before that though. Hopefully get it loaded tonight, and you guys can hang out if you want. I did try and repair these, but it just never worked out. Oh, come on. Nice. Next is this bad boy right here. I know it's a tragedy, it's such a beautiful piece, but the thing is, it doesn't turn on. The body is all like dented and scratched to heck. So this is all we're taking. Now the next piece, see, it's got all these folded around, holding on to the plastic, but this is a good aluminum radiator. So I want to get these chunks off. And I've got a couple different ways I can try. We're going to see which one's the fastest. Safety first, because the first one we're going to try is the hammer. Now the next method I'm far more excited about because it involves power tools. Now, first off, these cordless ones have no power. Second, they don't like aluminum, so that wasn't really a good choice in the first place. See if this is weak enough to, oh. That's friggin' nasty. Well, I learned something here today. As much fun as the hammer and power tools are, they're not always the best choice. And sometimes using them actually makes it harder. Well, here's something where the power tools are totally justified. As always, safety first. You know, not to betray my aesthetic, but this thing is way more fun when it feels safe. I'm only using this right now because I don't know where my my corded one that does have a guard is. And then the last thing tonight is cleaning up these radiators, and I'm sure you guys have seen this a million times before, so I'm not going to get too into it. You know, it might work better. I love these things. That's just like a can opener. So, I've just got this small pile of wires to clean up, and that'll be it for tonight. Get it loaded up in the morning. Scrapyard opens at 11, so should have plenty of time to get it all in the truck. Or the car. This might actually fit. Well, see you in the morning. Well, shoot, that's a right respectable amount of scrap. Sure is nice to have the truck for those moments that require it. Although I guarantee you I could have fit it in the car. Just would have been a bit of a silly fight is all. Now hopefully I can remember where it is. First try. I don't know, man. Let's go through when we get home, if you wanna. Back home. I'm ready to spend the rest of the day being productive, / chilling, / quarantine. I'll figure it out. But I'm really proud of how this looks right now. I know it still looks like a messy garage, but check this out. That's garbage, but those are just empty bins. So I found a barbecue on the way back. I'm gonna, like I mentioned, I was gonna do that in an upcoming video. I just think it's fun. They're one of my favorite things to scrap. And over there, that's the big Victory. That used to be so full, and now it pretty much only has empty containers and flat screen TVs. So I need to find a new home for those flat screen TVs. I know people tend to buy them to repair them. I won't get much money, but hopefully I can convince somebody to come and buy all of them. There's still a fair amount of work to be done. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it's not like you have to do it. This is all the garbage. So that's a pretty significant pile of stuff that's gotta go. But go it will. And then a small bin of things that are good for eBay. So we'll give that a try. Now let me grab my phone and do some calculations because we'll do a quick rundown. Now the one thing that I totally gapped out on, and I knew this, I had the information, but I just forgot. The hood for the Jeep, that was all aluminum, but it's oversized. So they dinged me for that. How much? I got 27 cents a pound for the oversized, but otherwise it would have been 34 cents a pound. And since it was 24 pounds, robbed myself of $1.70. So $1.70 to not have to chop that thing up. I should have chopped it up. But now the dirty aluminum, this one I'm a little disappointed in, but I know it's not worth a whole lot. I had 152 pounds of that, and that came in at 19 cents a pound. So I got just shy of 30 bucks for that. For the copper and aluminum radiator business, I had 17 pounds, and at 96 cents a pound, so it's $16.32. The aluminum radiator used to be better. I got $2 for that, I guess. But I see why people leave them lying around. And the stainless steel, I thought I would get more than that. I got 16 pounds at 22 cents a pound, so $3.52. I'll just put the sheet up and you guys can pause on it if you really want to see the details. So the one thing that made a difference here, not a massive difference, but it adds up, is they sent out a coupon around the holidays, a single use, I think it was single use, where you get a bonus of 10 cents a pound on all your copper and aluminum. So that gave me an extra $30.70 because I had 307 pounds. So that's not bad for a coupon that I just had sitting on my phone. But if I'd realized that they were going to be so close in price on the wire, I probably could have just gone to them anyway, because 65 cents, that would have brought them up to the same price and I wouldn't have had to drive so far. So, oh well, live and learn, you know, try to squeeze a little extra and it just comes out the same. Total of $293 today, $130 yesterday, that's $420. Haha. 420 bucks. Not bad. Just about pays my rent. I should probably do something smart, like spend that money on paying off a chunk of my student loan, but more than likely I'm going to do something foolish and irresponsible and blow it on Google stock or something. But at least I'm a good, strong step in the getting this thing cleaned up direction. The other thing is we don't even know how bad it's going to get yet. They might do full on, like, complete lockdown and then the scrapyard to be closed. So I'm glad I went in today, even though it was super busy. But yeah, it was time well spent. Time well spent. Anyway, that's what I'm doing with my scrap, and I'm glad to have it out of my hands. You can do whatever you like. But to me, this seemed like the right move. Maybe I'll come to regret it, but that's where I'm at. Thanks for hanging out with me. Leave it better than you found it. Keep doing the thing.